Hi friends, let's talk about plant selection. So in the very beginning stages of gardening, planting, it's really overwhelming because I feel like the general advice that I was given was just plant what you like. And in the beginning stages, you don't know what you like. So where do you even start? So this video is going to be talking about how to pick those. For those of you who already know how to do that, please leave some comments about things that really helped you. So first thing I did was I looked at my zone. So I'll give you a link somewhere to help you. So find out your zone. That will help you figure out what plants will be perennials, which ones will be annuals in your space, because frost will kill a lot of plants. And so a plant that'll come back year after year in a nice warm climate might only survive for 1 year if you have a hard frost. Another thing that I loved looking up was plants that are native. So in the beginning, I was looking for plants. I was a maybe still am, a plant killer. So I needed a plant that was easy to take care of. And the more plants that I found in garden centers that were marketed as easy to grow or fast growing were usually invasive. And I don't want invasive plants. So a different way to find plants that would do well in my environment without a whole lot of effort are native plants. So if you find plants that are native to your area, they'll thrive in the environment you already have. So you don't have to spend a lot of time and money and effort into making a plant sort of survive, whereas you can get a native plant that will be very happy. So find your zone, find a plant that's native to your area. And then the next thing I was looking for is plants that are non-invasive. So a lot of the plants that are marketed towards the beginners are actually invasive. And there's a place for invasive plants. For example, mint. I love mint. Love the smell of mint. Love mint in my tea. Mint is great. However, mint is very aggressive. And a general rule of thumb is if a plant is invasive, it's going to be super high maintenance. And if you're a beginner gardener, that's not where you want to start. So avoid those invasive plants for now. Once you learn more, you can figure out the tricks for how to try to keep them contained and ways to prevent them from taking over your garden. But for now, let's avoid the invasive ones. I also liked avoiding plants that were toxic. I have a lot of people that walk by with their pets, and I understand it's the responsibility of the owners to make sure their pets aren't eating plants, but one less thing for me to worry about. The dose makes the poison, right? So some plants, just a little bit, will really harm a dog or a human, whereas other plants, you have to consume the whole thing for it to be a problem. Just a general rule of thumb when you're starting out, let's avoid the poisonous ones. I also liked looking up plants that were perennial. I liked the idea of planting something and it comes back year after year. At first I figured perennials were the only way to go. Why would you waste your time planting an annual? It's gonna die. But my stance has changed. For me personally, I love dahlias and I love cosmos. They are so beautiful. They bring me joy every day, and they're annuals. So I understand the experienced gardeners will say, hey, wait, dahlias are not annuals. You can dig up the plants, save them. But for a beginner like me, dahlias are kind of annuals. So there's that. And then perennials. I really liked the serviceberry trees, beautyberry bushes, so pretty. I really like the hyacinths. They smell so good. I'm trying to think what other ones to give you as a starters. I think we'll start there. But that's my dog. That's my cue to go. But let me know in the comments what worked for you, what great tips helped you in the beginning, and let's make this world so much prettier one plant at a time.